Welcome back to the TV studio. It's Shae Bae with you. And if you love art, you are going to love everything my next guest has to talk about. I have Eric Wilson in the studio with me. What's up?
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. So you are a part of ERG. What exactly does that stand for?
So ERG stands for Eclectic Retail Gallery.
Okay. Now, what does that mean? What do you guys do?
So eclectic is kind of the title that we have chosen because it means to like take different things from different places and put it in one. And that's kind of the defining words of eclectic. But in the gallery, what we do is just try to find the creativity in everybody. And so it's not just about tangible art. It's about all facets of art.
Okay.
So we welcome all artists.
So for me, I'm beginner level, probably below beginner. I can barely draw stick figures. How do you guys teach different classes for beginners to advanced art? Like, how do you figure out where people go and fit in?
So one of the huge things with all artists and all creatives is to just start.
Okay.
And so the reason why I think it works for us so well is because we at least get you to start.
Okay.
And then that's where we can kind of dig into where the real creativity is inside of you. And it may not be in tangible art, it may be in some other part of your life, but it's still your creative side. And the world need that, you know? So that's why everybody can be considered an artist.
Okay.
Because in some respect, you are creative somewhere in your world.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, for people, a lot of times when you think of art, you think of drawing or painting. What other types of different art styles do you guys teach?
So, I'll just say this. Rather than just teach, we like to stimulate.
Ooh,
so we have contractors. I'm an artist, but I'm also a contractor. So when I talk to my electricians and, you know, from an artist perspective, it's really just about taking pride in what you're doing and being creative. So when we do our construction projects and it's time for us to like line up the wires and things like that, that is where I, for a very long time in my life, considered myself using my artistic ability, not on canvas. And so that is like kind of how we are building our community of creatives. It's just about, we got barbers that are artists. We got landscape guys, they consider themselves artists. Cooks, barbers, you know, those sorts of things. So we just are a community of people who use creativity in everything.
Okay. So when people come to the gallery, what can they see? You know, you mentioned electricians, cooking. What? Do they see art? Do they see people cooking there, also doing wiring?
So it's in the gallery, I'm the resident artist. So first you'll see at least 50 of my own original pictures.
Wow.
We also offer space for other artists. So when you come in the gallery, you'll see some other local artists being displayed. But on the compound where we are, we have several other locations. And in there, we had a studio, we had a gallery, and then we also have a snack shop. So when we have our paint parties and our workshops and those sorts of things, then we have the ability to float around to the other spaces. It's an experience.
No, it sounds incredible. I have not been there yet, but ERG is located in North County, and it's the first of its kind out there. What made you really start this whole thing?
So art was always a God-given talent. And for the majority of my life, I didn't know how to monetize it. I'm like, I need some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just a hobby.
Okay.
Unfortunately, as time went on, my parents always urged me to use what God gave me. My father got sick, and during his time, we had to kind of, you know, we spent a lot of time talking about it. And so I kind of made a promise to him that I would use the talent that God gave me.
Definitely.
And that's how he worded it. There's going to come a time when you have to use, or that you're going to answer to, what did you do with what he gave you?
So when did you first start doing art? Is it a lifelong thing, or did you first start it at a certain time period?
So like I said, it was a God-given talent. And my parents used to always urge me to draw. They would take us on trips every year, and I would draw the monuments. And I remember distinctively one time in New York when my father was like, oh yeah, I drew the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
And then, yeah, and from that, it was like he knew that I had it, but I'm from the north side of St. Louis, and it just, I was uninterested in anything that kind of wasn't getting me no money for real. And so that also, you know, played a part in my journey, I would say.
Okay. So, you know, you mentioned drawing different monuments. What can people see of your artwork? You said you have over 50 different pieces in your gallery.
Yes.
What's your favorite pieces that you have there?
It's hard.
I know it's hard to pick a favorite.
So in addition to owning an art gallery and allowing everybody else to see, that also makes me an extensive owner of a collection. So for me, it's like my own private collection. And as long as it's still in the gallery, it's actually subject to get put back on the easel. So I kind of work on all of it. You know, I can't say what my favorite is because it changes. When people come in and give me different ideas, some people might say, well, I see this in that picture, or I see that. That might change, you know, how I was looking at it. So having it all in the gallery is kind of what I enjoy the most, being able to see it all.
Okay. And your art is definitely unique. I saw the different pieces that you have hanging around the TV studio. If somebody wants to be a part of what you have going on at the gallery, how can they do that?
They can reach out to us on all you know, electronic avenues, all social media. Our website is beautiful, www.erg.gallery.
Okay.
And just reach out. That's all it takes.
What's your @ on social media?
ERG Gallery.
Okay, cool. Definitely. So you have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of it.
Yep.
And they can see your artwork there too.
Everybody to look at the site.
Yes.
We put a lot of time into the site, and it's a lot of artwork there.
Definitely. Well, I have Eric Wilson in the studio with me. He is from ERG, and they have a lot of events that are going to be coming up in the near future. I got to tell you about them. But first, we got to get through this, and we'll be right back in a little bit.